Go.
Good afternoon, everybody, and you're very welcome to the webinar on work-based learning in the School of Engineering. I'm Alistair, the head of school, and folks, I'm aware there's a lot of challenges at the moment, and it's very difficult, especially for young people, when you're isolated from, I suppose, your friends and family at times and the sport, and it's a very challenging time, but today we want to come together and we want to look forward, and we want to look forward in a very positive way at the great opportunities that there are in Southwest College for yourselves to move forward, meet new people, earn and learn, and start to develop as a young adult with a career or profession aligned to the engineering skills. So today, folks, we have a webinar and we have a range of presenters from the different campuses. And Southwest College has a great footprint across Fermanagh, Omagh and Mid-Ulster. We have campuses that are involved in work-based learning in Dungannon, Omagh, and in Enniskillen we're out in the Skills Centre. So today we have a range of staff from each of those areas. We have Joanne and Chris from the Dungannon campus. We have David from the Omagh campus, and we have Russel from the Skills Centre in Enniskillen that are going to engage with us today and give us an overarching view of the broad range of provision that we have and the progressional pathways that are there within work-based learning and engineering. So folks, look, this is a kind of interactive today, and whilst if you have questions that you want to submit, folks, there's a little you can see the little arrow there pointing to the question box. You can type in any questions that you have along the journey today, and I have a team of people in around the back here today, and mostly they're the training support officers who are here today and will be with you on the journey to give you that one-to-one support and manage the interface between yourself, the college and the workplace. But folks, if you have any questions that you want to ask, there's a team and a panel of lecturers and training support officers in around the back which will answer those questions. And if we can't answer anything today, folks, well, we'll certainly get back to you. And to get down to the end of the slideshow, there'll be contacts there that we can that you can email or phone at any stage. Okay, so folks, why choose work-based learning? And work-based learning in engineering, it's an excellent opportunity, folks, for you, because Southwest College has an excellent quality team of teachers and lecturers have industry qualifications, industry experience. They know the skills that are needed. We also have great buy-in from our local employers across the patch. We have two groups of employers that we deal with, and you'll see the breadth of employers we go on later on, but we work with a GET cluster of employers, and we work with MEGA, and we also work with individual employers. So the employers are right behind us. They're willing and able to offer placements and apprenticeships to young people and adults, and those placements can range from 2 to 4 days in the week depending on the programme that you're on. And I suppose, as I said earlier on, it's a time to move forward, meet new people, earn and learn, and develop yourself as a young adult and become more independent in your learning. And Southwest College has a whole range of mechanisms and support pathways available in order to allow you to develop in that pathway. And I suppose health and safety is pretty critical at the moment, and whilst we're putting mechanisms in place to deal with the current situation with online learning and with small groups in the college, health and safety is also very paramount to us in normal working. Those modules are built into each course. PPE, safe systems of work, etc., are embedded in every practical activity that you would undertake. And as I said, the courses are designed really to give you the skills required to work in industry, but also to give you academic qualifications in parallel to allow you to move forward. We have a range of programs, and I know today we're talking extensively about level 1, level 2, and level 3 programs, but we have a range of programs that will allow you to move on from those programs into foundation degrees and degrees in engineering, and that'll become apparent. So this is the start of a journey, folks, a great journey, an exciting journey, I hope. And as I said as well, you know, work placements are embedded in the programs. Every work-based learning, by its name, by its nature, has a work placement in it. And those work placements will be supported not only by tutor visits, but on a regular day-to-day basis by your training support officer. So, you know, a great place to be with great staff and great resources and a great breadth of curriculum and employer engagement. If we move on then, I suppose we could talk about the broader support. From a pastoral support side, okay, folks, we have a health clinic in each campus. We have well-being and counselling. We also have help with finances, you know, digital support for learners who are struggling, especially those in the current environment, and also, folks, one-to-one mentoring for those who need that level of support. The staff have an open door policy, as indeed do the training support officers, and the training support officers are key to your journey. They'll help you gain a work placement, they'll help you support you in the work placement, and they'll monitor and track your progress. We have a range of extracurriculum activities as well, and we'll talk about those later, but you know, we have football, we have rugby, and we have Gaelic, and our teams in those areas have been very successful. Competitions is another thing that we're very keen on. We have inter-campus competitions, we have Apprentice of the Year competitions, we have NI and World Skills competitions, and later on you'll see the range of accolades that we have achieved as a Grade 1 college in those areas, and it's very impressive. We also have, folks, across each of the campuses, we have innovation centres. We have the CREST, the STEM, and the IDEAS centres, and these centres are ideally, you know, pitched to help and support and breadth in the curriculum in order that you get, you know, entrepreneurial skills, employability skills, team building, and most importantly, folks, a wee bit of fun as well. So we build those into each programme. You know, it's a great, rich learning environment, as well as the wonderful workshops and the staff that we have, folks. And I could tell you, and I manage them, and it's just it's a pleasure every day. The enthusiasm, the breadth of knowledge, the go the extra mile that these people have, it's just unbelievable. And you know, if you were at Southwest College, you'd be a very lucky person, I can tell you that, because you know, every day I'm amazed at the lengths that our staff go to support our learners, and in every way, from pastoral to academic support. You know, so we're like a family here, folks, and we'd really like you to come along, you know, and join the experience. Okay, folks, so on the more basic side of things then, you know, we have a number of methods of entry. You may well be and have and be assured of an apprenticeship placement already, and if that's the case, then you know, your employer will pay your wages and you will attend the college on a variety of different modes of delivery, depending upon the level in which you start. But folks, look, also as well, it's not mandatory for the majority of our programs to have already, again, an employer who wants to support you by taking you on and paying you from day one as an apprentice. So we also have a training for success pathway at level 1 and level 2, which will allow you to come on, getting a training allowance, a bit like an EMA, £40 a week, in order to support you. And suppose we think about this as a transition, to support you in the early stages of your learning, in order that you know, you have a few pounds in your pocket, but you're gaining skills, expertise, and hopefully then, and in the main, this is what happens, you'll migrate onto a full apprenticeship along your learner journey. So PPE and all the things that you would need to do your job, whether it be a welding helmet or gloves or goggles or safety boots or overalls, those will all be provided, folks, for you here at the college. You know, as I said earlier on, folks, this is the start of a journey. We have multiple pathways which we're going to look at today, and Russell and David and Joanne and Chris are going to talk about those. We have multiple pathways in order to join the programme at level 1, 2 or 3, but we folks also have, and we're one of the only colleges that have the level 4, 5 and 6 pathways that you can engage on, so that you can spend your whole learning journey with Southwest College from level 1 to 6 if you wish. Okay, so it's as I say, it's a great place to be as far as engineering goes. Okay, we talked about it and we touched on it a moment or two ago, and you know, clubs and societies are things that we're all missing at the minute, you know, and I think the Premier League's starting tonight, if anybody's interested on TV, but you know, we all miss clubs and societies and so on. But Southwest College has a, you know, as you can see there, it has a very broad range of clubs and societies that covers everybody's needs and everybody's backgrounds. You know, so we have games and Christian societies, and we have academies, and we have football, soccer, and rugby's not down there, but we do have a rugby team as well this year. And it's been very successful. You know, we've had a number of All-Ireland wins for the Gaelic football, and we've had HE a final appearance for our soccer team. And you know, it's a very important part of what we do. I know you're coming here to be an engineer and to move forward, and that's what you want. But it's, you know, it's important, folks, and we know it from the current you know, climate, that it's very important that you have all the rest of these activities available, as you would have probably done in the school you were in previously. I talked about counselling as well, and I talk about the pastoral support and the financial and the mentoring and the well-being and the health clinic that we have, which is very important, you know, for us all. And I tell you, throughout life's journey, everybody at some stage needs a wee bit of help over and above the norm. So those things are there. And again, we have the digital clinic as well to help and support people that maybe are struggling with digital skills, but they're very important at the moment, as we all can appreciate. Hopefully they'll become less important as we move to some degree of normality. So student life at SWC is a great place to be, you know. Folks, we have a broad range, as I said, of lecturing staff and managers. I have 45 staff across 3 campuses that are working tirelessly to help develop curriculum, develop relationships with employers, but in the main to help young people like yourself move forward. So in Dungannon, we have Mel, who looks after level 1, we have John, who looks after level 2, we have Joanne, who looks after the Academy 2, 3, and with Chris and Patrick, who look after the gold and the gold screening and crushing. We've also Martin, Earl, Brona, Nigel and Rhoda and John and Paul, who add specialities to that programme. And some of those lecturers, folks, are full-time employed with us, and some of them are people from industry that come and help and support us with specialisms, and that gives us a real rich, diverse curriculum, keeps us fresh and keeps the skills that you receive you know, aligned to industry. The most important person on that list there, folks, is Barry Canavan. Barry's the training support officer. Barry is the man that will help and support you to get you into work placement, to make sure that the work placement is suitable, to make sure that the things that you're doing in that work placement are relevant to you and relative to the curriculum. And we're also very, very lucky in Dungannon to have Una Taylor, who does all the things that whenever I get the things wrong, she comes and fixes them up. So a wonderful team in Dungannon. I'm very proud. I'm a very lucky man to have these people to face the public, to face the students, to help and bring you guys forward. If we move to then the Omagh campus, again, a rich vein of work-based learning staff, and David's here today. David's going to talk about level 2 and 3. We have Kevin as well, who looks after the gold. We have Simon, who looks after level 2 down there. We have Mark and Brian McElduff, who's our deputy head down there, and Dana, who's just come to us from Tyrex as a new lecturer. So again, you know, a great range of people there, all pushing forward, all trying to help you. And then we've got the wonderful Jermaine, who holds everybody together and keeps us all right. You know, she'll be a power of strength to you folks, I can tell you, because she keeps us on our toes. So she'll keep you right as well. And if we move then to the Skills Centre, again, a great place to be. And you know, we have Dermot down there and Russell, who's going to talk about the level 1s today, but he looks after level 1, 2 and 3. We have Mark, who looks after the Gold programme, and we have John Clark down there as well. And we have Marie Holmes, who is the Training Support Officer. And again, I've said it before about Barry, I've said it about Jermaine. Marie, she's the linchpin, she's the person to go to at this stage. You know, if you have any problems trying to get an employer, trying to get on the programme, you know, and we're so lucky to have such a rich and wonderful team there also. Folks, then, I suppose that's a fair bit of an introduction, and I'm just going to finish off then by really talking about the ethos of the college and what makes us different from school. Southwest College, you know, we partner with industry, and we really do. We just don't say we do it. We meet regular from a perspective of ascertaining or finding out what employers need, what type of skills they need. And we work hand in hand with employers to develop curriculum, assessment and learning tasks, and indeed training environments in order to provide the skills that employers need, may it be from the screening and crushing, the aeronautical, from a one-man band to trailer manufacturers to factory maintenance. We provide curriculum that suits industry's needs and allows you to move forward both skills-wise and academically. So we'll have a broad range if we go on to the next slide of employers, and this is just a wee sample, and gives you some idea of the range of employers and the range of students and the types of companies that we're dealing with. You know, we have Balcast down there and Enniskillen and so on, and we have you know, Sandvik up here in Tyrone, with Severfields in Enniskillen there. You know, Tyrex and Dungannon and Oma. These are, you know, names that roll off the tongue. These are international companies that are doing business globally. CDE in Cookstown, Malahans, Dumbia, you know, the Greiner Packaging, Spectrum. These companies are doing business across the world, you know, and they have a broad need for skills. They're hungry for skills, and there are great opportunities. You get started in one of these companies, you get a bit of traction, you get your qualifications, you get your apprenticeship. You know, you could travel the world, and hopefully you'll end up making a lot more money than me. We have about 430 apprentices in TFS in engineering at the minute, over 109 companies. We're the biggest training provider in the whole of the North with regards to work-based learning, and we have the broadest range of curriculum. So if we scoot on to the next slide then, Paddy, then, you know, and I talked about the staff and the wonderful staff that we have and how well they're trained and how we engage with industry and how those staff go out into industry and industry come into us so we can exchange ideas and skills. But as well as having great staff, we have great resources. Each campus has a workshop completely kitted out with state-of-the-art industry-facing, industry-related, industry standard equipment. So when you come to learn at Southwest College, you know, you'll not be in a craft design technology lab working with plastic and wee bits of wood. You know, this is real, and we have 3 real simulated industrial training workshops, one in each campus, and in Dungannon we actually have an extra one which is bespoke to the screening and crushing industry. So multi-million-pound environments with state-of-the-art welding, fabrication, CNC, plasma cutting machines, everything that you would see in a real-life manufacturing facility, because we're here to give you those skills and we have the resources and the facilities to do that, folks. So the resources are brilliant, the staff are brilliant. If we move on then to the next slide then, and the curriculum then, folks, which is very important, what you're going to learn. we have an outstanding provision, and I'm not just saying that because I'm the boss, or sometimes the people let me think I am, but I'm saying it because we have been, assessed by the inspectorates, and the inspectors go to your schools, and they come to us as well, and we are the only Grade 1 outstanding FE college in the whole of the North. And not only are we Grade 1 outstanding as a college, but they further drill down and they look at each areas. And the other area that we're Grade 1 outstanding is in engineering. And that's not down to me, that's down to the great staff that we have, it's down to the great employers that we have that engage with us and help us build the curriculum. And it's also down to the great students that we have. And it's something we hold very dear. So we are Grade 1 outstanding, the best in our business, and we want the best for our students. So folks, we have a range of curriculum, level 1, level 2, level 3, and 4, 5, and 6. And if we move to the next slide, folks, we'll see that we're here to support you on your journey. If you enter here at level 1 as a trainee or level 2, we have pathways that will take you on to level 3, level 4 and 5 as a foundation degree, and level 6 a degree. And we also, believe it or not, folks, as well as delivering degree courses, we deliver postgraduate courses as well, 7 and 8. So we're kind of like a Polytech. If your parents are out there, they'll remember that. You'll not know what that means, but we cover a broad range of curriculum in engineering to take you on the journey, and it's been designed that way so that there are steps and progressional paths for everybody. So folks, we'll move on then to this is a bit of a simpler roadmap, folks, just to break it down. If you start at level 1, you can move to level 2. If you do your level 2, you can move to level 3. You move to level 3, you can move to level 4, 5, and 6. So think of this as not, a level 2 is not a destination, it's part of your journey, folks, when you come on today. Or your level 3 is not a destination, it's the start of a journey. You maybe want to move on then and stay with us and do your foundation degree and your degree. So we have a whole range of programs, well marketed. They're on the website, and from today we're going to just talk about the skills for Work 1. Russell's going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the skills for Work 2 and 3. Programs what Davey's going to talk about. We're going to talk about our academy program that we have in Dungannon. Joanne's going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about our gold and gold screening and crushing programs that we have. So without much further ado then, I think you probably listened to enough from me, but I've enjoyed it. I'm going to hand you over to friend and colleague Russell, who's going to talk about the level 1 provision that we have across the 3 campuses. Russell.
Thank you, Alistair. Yes, as I was saying, my name's Russell Fleming, and I'm a lecturer in the Technology and Skills Centre in Enniskillen, and I'm also the coordinator of the Skills for Work Level 1 provision as well. And I'd like to just explain to you all in detail a bit about the Level 1 provision and what it entails. So the course supports the skills and knowledge development requirements for access into the engineering working environment. And as Alistair has already covered there as well, you can start off at the level 1 and you can work your way through. It's not a ceiling, you don't finish at level 1, you can progress into level 2 and level 3, level 4, and we'll speak about that as we go on. And within the level 1 qualification, you will complete a City and Guilds level 1 certificate in engineering, and alongside of that you will complete a level 1 NVQ certificate in performing engineering operations, and any of the work you complete will be logged in a logbook which you will keep yourself. The course itself will you will be in college anything from 2 to 4 days a week, and depending on your needs. And it is a 2-year course, and as I said, on completion of the Skills for Work level 1, you can progress onto level 2 apprenticeship, and We have many students which do that. Personally, I've had students who've started off at level 1 and have progressed on to level 3 and level 4. So, and it's good to see those students progress. For the level 1 qualification, currently there are no formal qualifications needed. You will set essential skills at an appropriate level in your numeracy, literacy, and ACT. Also, alongside that, you'll complete broader transferable skills in employability and personal and social skills. Employability there, it enables you as a student to gain some confidence and interview skills and prepare yourself a CV, which gives you every opportunity to develop your skills for future employment. So it's preparing you for the workplace. I know a lot of you students, potential students, will be coming out of school, and you may not have carried out any work in the past. Some of you may have maybe part-time jobs, but I understand a lot of students that we would have may not have any experience at all, and that's fine. We will prepare you for the workplace, and myself and the other members of staff who I work alongside will be giving you all the support you need. So we can move on to the next slide there, please. Okay, so I'll have a wee look at the areas of learning you will be completing in the level 1 course. So to begin with, you'll be completing working safely in an engineering environment. So we will be having a look at safe working practices. And obviously, as Alistair has said previously there, health and safety is paramount when working in the engineering industry. Obviously, you're going to be exposed to a lot of dangers within the workplace. So we are using our experience, myself and the other tutors, and to somehow make you aware of the dangers that you may face. And alongside of that, we will be having a look at the consideration for the environment, and working as part of a team will also be very important. It will train you up how you can work within a team, within the workplace, and the benefits of that. We will also be looking at basic engineering materials and information technology as well, alongside of that. Okay, so that there will be assessed at with an online exam, and the next stage we'll look at now will be the practical side of the course, and there's quite a bit of your time will be spent in the workshop. And as Alistair said there, you will be using state-of-the-art machinery in these workshops, and straight from day 1 you will be getting to use those there. So within that, we will be looking at basic fitting techniques, which will you'll be carrying out hand sewing, band sewing, filing, drilling, and threading operations. And that's for the basic fitting techniques. We'll move on then to the MIG welding processes. So you will get an opportunity to learn and train on the MIG welders, and you'll have an opportunity then to weld up fillet lap joints, T-fillet joints, and corner joints as well. And in Enniskillen, because of the environment you're in Fermanagh, we do have a lot of maintenance type roles that students are working within, and we offer the electrical assembly as well. And it is Dermot McSorley who would be teaching in that area. And in level 1, you'll be starting off with basic domestic electrical installation, from wiring a 3-pin plug, wiring up lights and sockets. And alongside that, you will learn the basic health and safety, how to read and take basic engineering instructions, how to read engineering drawings, and in order to carry out basic MIG welding and fitting activities. And I know it's been mentioned previously there as well, but you will avail of £40 a week plus your travel allowance alongside that as well. So that concludes my part on this, and I would like to hand you over to David Patrick there, who is going to speak to you about the level 2 and 3 provision. Thank you.
Thank you, Russell, for that. Very detailed there. I'll just go over a few slides here, but a lot of the stuff has been covered already. So to start, you're not only there, I'm going to cover level 2 and 3 engineering. And a lot of people say it's mainly welding and fabrication, but as well as that, there's the social aspect of this schooling as well. So we have great facilities, and also we have a great atmosphere. It's not a school, so we have a friendly nature between students and the tutors. We get great results. If you can stick the time, you will pass the course. And then there's numerous opportunities for job or study. So if we could go on to the next slide there, please. Okay, so we're going on to now, we have the level 2 pre-apprentice. This is your 2 days a week in the college, and then 3 days a week on a suitable placement. Now, you're not employed, it's a placement, so they're practically not meant to pay you. You get help for literacy and numeracy, your essential skills, and also your ICT. 1 day is practical in the welding workshop, 1 day in the welding classroom, doing underpinning knowledge. And as mentioned before, you get the £40 a week plus a travel allowance payable. So that is the level 2 pre-apprentice. The next is the level 2 apprentice, which is basically the same. 2 days a week in college, 3 days a week in a suitable workplace, help for literacy and numeracy, and 1 day practical in the welding workshop and 1 day welding classroom for underpinning knowledge. But you're employed by the firm for day 1 who pays for your attendance at the college. That is the major difference. A level 2 apprentice is employed from day 1. So they get paid for their days ago. Okay, after you finish your level 2 apprenticeship, you then go on to the level 3 apprenticeship. There's various pathways. It's not just fabrication and welding. There's maintenance, installation and commissioning, mechanical manufacturing engineering, and electrical and electronic engineering. But to get on to level 3, you have to have done the level 2 first. Okay, so the level 3 apprentice is 1 day a week in the college, 4 days a week in the workplace. Again, help for literacy and numeracy and your essential skills. And it's normally half a day practical and half a day welding in the classroom and underpinning knowledge. Okay, at this stage, I'd like to pass over to John McGovern, who's going to go on to the next stage. But any prospective students, I would encourage you to come along to the college, because the students, not only do you get a good education, you get a career and hopefully a job for life. Thank you.
Hi folks, so I'm just going to discuss through the Academy programme. Alistair has already mentioned, so I'm part of the Dungannon campus and coordinator of the Academy programme. So you've already heard about level 2 and level 3 programmes. So with the Academy, you have combined, so it's a 3-year course pathway with 1.5 years at level 2 and 1.5 years at level 3. So this programme will support learners through their knowledge, again, of various pathways, like which Russell and David have already spoke about. So your maintenance technology, your fabrication and your technical support. So within this qualification, you will gain 2 qualifications, but in a shorter period of time compared to that of going straight up through a level 2 and then progressing on to a level 3 programme. So you'll also be given the opportunity to develop your key skills and learning outcomes within the field of engineering, which will help support you within your employer, which you'll be working with in your first year in a 3-day, and you'll be in the college within 2 days. And then in your second year, you'll progress where you'll be in the college 1 day a week, and you'll be with your employer 4 days. So we do keep progress and contact with your employer to ensure that you're progressing well and that you're doing everything that's relevant to support your occupational skills that you're developing within the college. So just going to move on to the next slide. So your key areas are quite similar to, again, what David has discussed there at level 2 and at level 3. So you'll be looking at working safely within the environment, your engineering technology, your fabrication and your welding, your hand fitting and your welding techniques. So all these key areas will be assessed using practical assessment, online exams, and you'll also be assessed through tutor assessment. You will be given the opportunity to be taught through additional support with your CAD. So you'll be given a chance at level 2 and level 3 to do computer aided design, fluid power, which is looking at your hydraulics and pneumatics, and your PLCs. Now, it's not all about learning within the Academy programme. You're also going to give the opportunity to go out to site visits. So it'll not just be with your own employer. Like this year, we have had students go out to Northern Hydraulics as part of their fluid power programme. So they're able to see life, how hydraulics is working and the purpose of it, rather than being just the practical and theory within the classroom. You'll also be given the opportunity to work within the STEM Centre. So the STEM Centre within Dungannon will give you an opportunity to look at team building. Different projects can be set up, like project-based learning, that you can work through with other students in the class, and you could also work through with the different cohorts. But again, this Academy programme will allow you to progress onto your HNC, your level 4, level 5 and level 6 programmes within the college. So I'm going to pass you over to Chris, and Chris will talk to you about the GOLD programme.
Okay, hey folks, so I'm just going to really chat through this slide, maybe working my way left to right. A broad overview of the GOLD programme is, so as it says, it's an academic alternative to A levels. So if you're sitting there thinking in a number of years' time you'd like to have an engineering degree and you're coming in with a good grade entry profile from GCSEs and you want a challenging engineering programme that's coupled with a work placement, professional placement where you do a bit of learning, this is where you really need to be. So what qualifications will you gain from it? So the aim of the GOLD programme is to really progress you onto higher education programmes like your foundation degree and then top up the full honours degree. So you need to do you need to accrue some UCAS points. Now traditionally you would do that through your A levels. What we're doing is we're doing a BTEC qualification and then we're coupling that up with an NVQ. So if you think you're BTEC, it's an assignment based. A lot of schools probably do it at the minute anyway. It's an assignment-based assessment that you'd be doing in-house in the college. And this is how you accrue your UCAS points. And then we couple this up with an NVQ if you think of this as nearly your practical qualification. So if one day you're doing hydraulics and BTEC, learning the theory behind it, the next class, you might go down into the workshop and you might physically put this circuit together and you might test it and things like that. So you'll walk away with a BTEC level 3 qualification, which is your theory, where you get your UCAS points, and an NVQ level 2 and level 3, which is your practical assessment, which your employers are really interested in. The duration of the course, so in year 1, you'll be in the college 2 days a week, and then in the second year, you'll be in the college 1 day a week. The other days, you'll be out with a local employer, working, gaining valuable skills, and a bit of money to go with that. So on a day-to-day basis, what will you be learning? If we could go on to the next slide. Okay, so there's an eclectic mix of topics that actually fall under the umbrella of engineering in GOLD. And the reason there's so many different units is to basically make you a well-rounded engineer who's ready to go into a number of different engineering environments to work. So if we look at maybe year 1, you'll do more theory-based units like health and safety, looking at regulations and risk assessments, electronics, we'll be doing circuit theory and circuit calculations, maths, which is going to be a key component at every level from foundation degree level 5 to honours degree. You'll have maths connotations at every level, so we'll have to do maths. Welding, fabrication and secondary finishing techniques. These are ones people usually enjoy, where you're down using mills, drills, lathes, welding equipment, and learning how to use these practically and in theory. We'll be doing a bit of programming, so how to make motors go and how to manipulate hydraulic and pneumatic circuits, and a bit of computer-aided design as well, where you'll design 2D and 3D parts, and you'll 3D print those in the STEM Centre, as Joanne mentioned before, using one of our many 3D printers. And then you'll go on into year 2. Again, there's a broad range of units, and this is where it splits a bit, because depending on where your employment is, really you'll follow one of 2 strands. So everybody will do hydraulics and pneumatics and learn about those circuits. They'll do communications and mechanical principles. But if you're employed maybe in a crushing and screening sector, and for anybody who doesn't know what that is, it's sort of quarrying equipment where you go out and crush rocks and screen them. You'll be doing crushing and screening, and we have our own crushing and screening lab in-house. So what you can do is, in theory, go and learn about crushing and screening technologies and hydraulics, and then go down and actually go inside these machines, put them together and learn about them one day, and the next day you might be out assembling these machines or out maintaining them. And that's the crushing and screening pathway. Alternatively to that, you've got the manufacturing pathway, so you might do CNC machining or robotics. You really have choice, and it'll probably be dictated by where your employment is. So CNC machining is essentially where you're designing parts and then cutting them out very accurately on a machine, or more recently with a lot of new robotics equipment for companies who maybe are doing a bit of robotic welding or basic pick and place things. And the reason we can deliver all these eclectic mix of topics is because the amount of equipment that we have, like Alistair mentioned earlier, that's multiple millions worth of equipment that you wouldn't really see anywhere else, probably in the country. So a very well-rounded course, and one that'll see you in the same amount of years as your A levels, go on and accrue your UCAS points, gain professional experience, and advance on to a higher level education programme. So at this stage, how to get onto the programme, I'm going to pass over to Una Taylor, who'll talk about the entry requirements and the application process and how to get onto these courses.
Hello everybody, and thank you, Chris. Yes, so with regards to recruitment, over the next number of months in the run up to results, GCSE results day in August, there will be ample opportunity to make contact with our training support officers on each of the campuses via telephone, email, to communicate with them with regards how do I apply for an engineering apprenticeship programme. Now, this particular slide is specifically around the Engineering Academy, which Joanne had talked about, and the Gold Engineering Apprenticeship, which is just what Chris had been going through. Now, the reason why we are running a first round of recruitment at this point is that we have a high number of applicants at this stage, which is great. So really we just want to do a first round of recruitment to go through the process, and please make note that anybody that isn't involved in this round of recruitment, we will have another opportunity to do that at the end of August. So, so basically the Engineering Academy, the minimum entry requirements for that apprenticeship, you need a minimum of 5 Ds and above, including your GCSE English and Maths. And for the Gold Engineering Apprenticeship, you need a minimum of 6 Cs and above in GCSEs, including English, Maths, and a science or technology subject. Preferably a B in Maths, but it's not essential. So that's our minimum criteria for both those apprenticeship programs. So as far as our recruitment process at this stage, we're really in the thick of it at the moment. So step one, for anybody that wants to apply for any engineering apprenticeship, you need to go online to our website and log on, apply online, basically where you will create an account, enter in all your details and select which subject areas that you'd be interested in. And please make note, at this point, you can select a number of different, you may have first, second, third choice at this time. So please feel free to select any number of choices. So step two now for the Engineering Academy and Gold applicants, You at this point will have already received emails to your own personal email address with regards an aptitude test. This is going to be an online test through quiz, and it's going to take place on Monday afternoon. Now, you have received information. We have all the information you need to know with regards how to register for the test, and there's also a wee trial run there as well, so that'll give you an idea of what to expect. And then following the aptitude test, next Tuesday and Wednesday, our tutors are going to be available across all campuses to interview you. And again, communication has went out through our student services today with regards appointing interview slots for anybody that's interested in these programs. So again, don't fret if you haven't been included in this round of recruitment. You will have another opportunity to do so at the end of August. And again, we will be communicating with you further over the summer months with regards how to apply and identifying which particular engineering course is most suitable for your needs. So the next slide is basically a summary of what we've really just talked about. And I think it is important just to reiterate that there's a course here at Southwest College for everyone. So you're coming out of school, whether it be after your GCSEs, after maybe a year of AS levels or possibly your A levels. So depending on the qualifications that you're coming out of school with, we have a course to suit. So again, going from our Skills for Work Level 1, where there's actually no formal qualifications required, but you will be asked to go through an initial assessment so that we can ascertain your level of numeracy and literacy that we can help you with. Moving on into the level 2s and 3s, we've talked about the academy, again, is your 5 Ds and above, and your gold is your 6 Cs and above. Some people may ask, I don't know which to apply for. Do I apply for the gold or the academy? Because they're very similar in the minimum entry requirements there. What I would say at this stage, because you don't know, we're all working on predicted grades at the moment. So what I would suggest there, just apply for one. When you go through the aptitude test and the interview, it's the exact same process. So when you get speaking to your tutor and you do then get your results in August, at that point, your tutor will be able to help you determine which is the best course suited to you. Okay, so just on a final note, I just wanted to make a point of mentioning our scholarships. As our tutors and Alistair has mentioned, we have a great support in and around our area from Enniskillen, Omagh and Dungannon and further afield from our engineering industry, which has been the backbone to the success of our apprenticeship programs. And in a number of different cases, we have, for example, Terex, Powerscreen, Blue Mac Manufacturing and McCluskey International, just examples of companies who are actually offering scholarships to young apprentices to not only encourage you into the industry, but to recognise the hard work that you do, both in your studies and in your working environment. So the scholarships is definitely something to look out for. You can see there, £1,000 bursary for a student at the age of 16 and 17 would be great. So do keep an eye out for the scholarships as well for those that do come on board for the engineering apprenticeships. So thanks very much for your time. I'm going to hand you back to Alistair and he'll continue with the presentation. Thank you.
Thanks, Una. Thanks, team. Very well done. A good reflection of all the opportunities that we have, and we'll take a wee minute at the end, maybe to take a look at some of the live questions that have come in and review them. Some very interesting questions and answers coming up there, folks. I hope that's given you a broad overview of Southwest College's provision, and I think Una said it there. To sum it up, we have a course for everybody. If you have no qualifications, or you've got a limited number of GCSEs, or if you have A levels, within Work-Based Learning, we have a course for everybody, and every course has a progressional pathway. So we're here to help you and move you on. Folks, I talked earlier on about, I suppose, how proud I was of, not only being an employee of Southwest College, and how proud I am to be head of school. But I'm also very proud of some of the achievements that us as a group of tutors and us as a group of employers collectively, along with the college and the students, have achieved over the last, and I've just looked over the last 10 years, you know, over the last 10 years, as well as being given the accolade of Grade 1 Outstanding Provider for Engineering, the only college in the whole of Northern Ireland, indeed one of only 3 in the UK. We've had a range of young people that have shone, and you know, all our students shine, but these ones have won awards from Apprentice of the Year to Higher Level Apprentice of the Year to VQ, Vocational Qualification Learner of the Year, and indeed we've had tutors who have won Tutors of the Year, and these are not just Northern Ireland awards. In a lot of these are UK. So not only are we the best provider in Northern Ireland, but in many cases we're the best provider in the whole of the UK. And also to parallel on that as well, we have won 2 awards for innovation and partnership with industry, with Grainer Packaging and Tyrex. You know, that shows the level of engagement that we have with employers. And I suppose just there's a recent one there. This is Colleen, and we won the Apprentice of the Year award with Colleen, and she's an engineering apprentice, and she was on the Gold programme at Southwest College. So we have won awards, we continue to win awards for our students, for our staff, and for our engagement with industry. And I think, you know, that's a testament to all the good work that our students and staff have done over the years. And hopefully, guys, if you're when you're listening there, maybe this will be you in a couple of years, and I sincerely hope that we can help and support you to get to that destination. If we move on then, you know, we'll talk about how to apply, and Una had mentioned it there. You know, look, at this stage, folks, you know, if you want to become, say, you know, you want to become a new person, if you want to move on, if you want to realize your aspirations in life, and you know, earn while you learn, this is the place to be. And certainly there's no better place than engineering to provide you with, you know, sustained you know, employment and progressional pathways. Our website, folks, SWC, all right, you click on there, and if you apply for a course as shown, there'll be a range of courses come up across a broad range of pathways: barbering, hairdressing, catering, engineering, construction. If you click on engineering, folks, you'll see the range of courses that there are from level 1 to 6. And if you click on it for the Skills Centre or for OMA or Dungannon, then you can home in and you can read up again on the details of the courses that we've displayed today, and you simply can apply then online. And I would say to you folks, you know, quite often we be oversubscribed, and that's the nature of the beast. So try and get yourself in and get in early, get yourself an interview. And folks, there's a couple of really good, interesting queries that come up, you know, here on the questions, and you know, some of them are about employers, and you know, we have a few questions there. There's one there for level 2. Am I able to choose my own employer, as my uncle has a yard down the road who's ready to take me on part-time? You know, so you know, employers, if they can provide a suitable placement and they have the employer's liability insurance, then there's no reason why we can't you can't utilise that employer either for a placement or for an apprenticeship. And there's another good question there: what is the best way to find an employer? All right, so and a good response there from John. Always try the employer close to where you live. You know, give them a call. You know, go and see them if you can. I know it's a wee bit difficult at the minute. Tell them who you are, what you're interested in. Tell them you want to come to the college, and ask, is it possible that they would take you on in the future, or would they give you a placement So, lots of good questions coming in there. There's another one. Will the time spent in the workshops depend on what course? Well, yes, it will. It depends on what you're doing. And we have a range of workshops from robotics, PLCs, hydraulics, fabrication and welding, screening and crushing workshops. So you will spend approximately half your time in those practical environments. Folks, the key people, as I said to you there, if you really want to speak to one-to-one, and sometimes it's easy to better to speak to people in emailing or texting or whatever. We'll have Barry there, who's here today in the Dungannon campus, and he will look after any queries that we have with regards to engineering, may it be Gold Academy skills, level 1 to 3 in Dungannon. And in Enniskillen then we'll have Marie, and she look after Gold and skills programs in Enniskillen. And then we have the wonderful Jermaine in Oma, who look after the skills and the Gold program there. So their phone numbers are there, folks, and you can get your parents to ring or ring yourself, and also the corresponding email address. So have a wee look on the website, folks. If you haven't already enrolled or registered an intent to, maybe you're interested in engineering, do so, folks. If you feel it is something that you want to do, if it's something you want to become, we're here to help you on the journey. So I'd just like to thank everybody that's participated, you guys that are out there. It's been wonderful. It's been a great opportunity. It's been a welcome break from working away on the computer at home and video conference and my colleagues. It's great to sort of interface with a broader community. I'd like to thank the staff. I'd like to thank the IT staff, Tiernan and Paddy there for running the show for us, and everybody else in around the back who's been answering the questions there. So folks, it's been really good to have the chance to talk to you. Look forward to seeing you in September. Southwest College is a fantastic place to work. It's a fantastic place to study, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you very much.